Adam, wonderful start to the season.
Yeah, probably as good a start as we could have had, really. I think the main thing today was just 3 points. So important that we got off to a good start, particularly here at home, because, you know, as I've said numerous times in the past, we didn't do or play well enough here at home in the past, but today we've played well and, you know, got 3 very important points to get the season off to a good start.
It's all about laying a marker, isn't it, at the start of a campaign?
I think going into any season, you just want to get your first win on the board as quickly as you possibly can, and I thought we thoroughly deserved it. Felt we were excellent all game. The only probably disappointment was the goal, and that we probably not scored more goals. I think bar the woodwork and some outstanding goalkeeping by their keeper, the scoreline would have been even greater, and I think that reflected the game. You know, really, I felt we were the better team pretty much all game, really.
One of those outstanding saves was denied Josh from Army. If anybody deserved a goal today, it was certainly him.
Yeah, I mean, he was all over the place, wasn't he? And he was industrious. He was creative. I think he could have played till Christmas and not scored more. But no, he was superb, and I thought everybody was to a man today. And yeah, you know, a good start for us.
You promised energy, and that's most certainly there.
Yeah, and that's how I want us to play. You know, with energy and tempo. I think we've got legs all over the team now, which is so important. And you know, we were able to press. We were able to recover, because I felt when the fixtures came out, I felt that this was a real tricky first game for us. Every single person that I've spoke to said, you know, you'll win. But I'm you know, I'd like to think I'm always respectful of everybody that we play against, because every game is tough, and they're a very, very dangerous team on transition. I think they've got an excellent manager, always sets his teams up well. They've got good experience, and as I say, legs, you know, from the striker, the 3 lads in behind. And we I think at times, maybe in the past, we might have struggled against teams that transition so well. Probably for 2 reasons. One, we weren't so good with the ball in the past, which meant there were more transitions than you would like. And secondly, we didn't always have the legs and the athleticism right across the pitch to recover, you know, when the opposition did you know, counter us. Whereas today, I think we handled the ball a lot better. We looked really comfortable at times in possession. I thought we played some really good football in spells throughout the game, and the times when the transitions did happen, the recovery runs of our players were outstanding, and you know, we're only going to get fitter and stronger as we play more and more competitive games now.
Exactly what Carl McFadden just said to us, actually. As the season goes on, we will get fitter and stronger, and well, this is a damn good start, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it's only 3 points, so, and it's 3 points, it's a good start, it's a good performance. I thought it was bouncing in here today. Massive credit to everybody around the club that's put in so much work over the off season to, you know, make improvements around the stadium, make improvements on the pitch. The supporters, I don't know what the gate was today, but it looked quite healthy, and hopefully now, you know, we'll get a decent following up at Alfreton, and they'll be back here supporting us in our next home game.
Obviously a number of new faces, so to start 4 of those, you know, it's a team in transition, but one that seems to be gelling really nicely as it is.
Well, we've worked really hard, you know, pre-season. We've worked really, really hard on obviously the conditioning and the fitness of the players, but, you know, patterns of play, shape, and I think, you know, there were a lot of evidence of that in today's performance. I felt right throughout, and as you rightly say, we have brought 10 new players in this summer, and that's a lot of players. So for us to have, you know, seen so many positive signs in that first game is really pleasing, and it's credit to, you know, the work of the players and Sam in training and on the training ground. And you know, you give players ideas and directions, but you still need, you know, lads who go out and implement it, and today they did, and you know, we got a very good result.
So the big man's back. Spoke to him before the game, and he said it's nice to be home, and he obviously does feel at home.
Yeah, and I thought he was great. You know, his work rate today for the team was outstanding. He really gave us a focal point, set off a lot of triggers for us for going and pressing the ball. scored a good first goal. Really annoyed with his penalty because I felt we just went a little bit. There's a bit of a lull then for 10 minutes after probably he missed that, and then shortly after that, probably because it was still on his mind, Tom Hughes played a great ball through to him, and they're bread and butter for him. But probably because he's still thinking about the penalty, he's missed that one as well. And but then he scored his second goal and our third goal. That's bread and butter for him, and the lads on the sides know that when they're in them types of positions, they've just got to hang it up back post for him, and he's going to be there, and he's as good and better than probably everybody in the league at pulling off at the back post for crosses in wide areas. So good start. He'll be probably frustrated that he's not got a hat-trick, but the main thing is that we got 3 points.
Johnny Margette's obviously suspended for the first 2. It's going to be exciting when he's available. Is Gold the penalty taker, or is that going to be shared?
Well, no, to be fair, Johnny scored some really important penalties for us when he came in, and he is the penalty taker until he misses a couple, and then it goes over to Gold. Obviously he's suspended for the next game as well, and because Gold's on the pitch and obviously Johnny's not, then the responsibility fell to Gold, and unfortunately for him and for us, he didn't convert it, but thankfully today it's not cost us. But when Johnny's back in the team, he'll be back on penalty duty.
Josh Hamami, quite right, you'll get a lot of the plaudits for his performance. But you had a 19-year-old today making his debut, and I thought he was outstanding. He looked as though he'd been playing with the team all summer.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're talking about Ross Crane.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, Cody.
Sorry. Long day. No, he was brilliant. It's been a bit frustrating for us that we felt we might have got him a couple of weeks earlier, and that would have given us a little bit of extra time for him to settle into the team. But obviously that wasn't the case, and he came in with us on Mondays. His first day in with us, he was paintballing with us in the woods. So he's welcome to Kings Lynn, but he's settled right into it in training. I think he's got stronger and more vocal, more confident throughout the week as he's got to know his teammates. And I thought his performance today was incredibly mature, composed, and it just allowed the lads then ahead of him to go and do what we've seen they can do so well, because he's got that discipline and he holds the middle of the pitch, and he kind of reads the game well, breaks up attacks for the opposition. So I thought he was tremendous, and again he's another one that's only going to get better the more that he plays games for us.
What did you say to players at half time? Because obviously you only had a 1-goal lead. Because second half you started really quick on the front foot. Was the message go out and just carry on what you've been doing first 25 minutes?
Yeah, I just said that we played well first half. We played well. There was probably a little bit deflation because we were only 1-0 up and missed a penalty and probably should have been further ahead, but we were playing well. Just be a little bit better with the ball. Thought there were some times where in the first half where they did counter us, but it was more through us turning the ball over cheaply, as opposed to them kind of really having the control in the game, and that's what they're good at. So we had to be a little bit better with the ball, and it was important that we played with as much energy and tempo as we could in that first probably 20-25 minutes after half time, because I felt the slower the game was, the more it probably would favour them. And we obviously went and got the second and the third goal. We were unlucky numerous times. I think the keeper made a brilliant save out the top corner off Josh Hamami. I don't know how he saved it, but he's a very, very good goalkeeper. He's in at the post off a free kick, and they've had some good blocks, and we've had 1 or 2 flash wide of the post. So we could have had more goals, but when they obviously scored their goal, it probably gave them a little bit of hope, and they had a couple of set plays where we had to be really switched on, and we were. And then we obviously were in a position in the last probably 10 minutes where we could just navigate our way through the game and make sure we got the 3 points.
I think you had a 10-minute spell, I think it was just after you missed the penalty, where you had people like Carl putting his body on the line with 2 or 3 brilliant blocks.
Yeah.
So you've had to show that side at times as well, haven't you? It's not all been about the attacking side.
No, but we had to show a lot of that last year, because we did a lot of defending last year, and it was more of a rearguard action, and we weren't like a possession-based team last year. It's fair to say, so I know, like right across the back, and with Jonah in the goals, whichever of the centre halves we go with, and whichever formation we go with, we've got warriors at the back. You know, Maka he just loves blocking balls. He's madman. Same with JC. You know, Greg, obviously Tom, who we've not been able to see yet, but he's the same. Just lads who love defending. But that kind of spell came, I think, where we just went a little bit flat after missing the penalty and not having that second goal, which I think we deserved at that time, because we were the team on top and in the ascendancy. But then transitions came as a result of us turning the ball over, and you know, I felt we managed that better in the second half, and as a result, we obviously kicked on, scored 2 more goals, and probably should have had more.
Tommy Hughes not always had the easy at leading sort of in and out of the team really, but looked good today, I thought.
Yeah, he did, and I think that's probably a result of him having a full pre-season, being fitter, being stronger, probably being more confident. I think he missed large parts of last pre-season. In fact, I think he missed all of pre-season, and he was still injured when we came in, you know, at the start of October. So you're generally always playing catch-up if you miss pre-season. But and you've also got to remember that he's still young. He was in a team that was struggling last year, so I think it was probably a difficult 12 months for him. But I think all the lads that are still with us from last season, certainly like the younger, less experienced players, shall we say, they're much better players now for having them challenging times. You know, adversity makes you stronger in anything you do. But we've played him a little bit deeper in pre-season because we kind of knew that's how we wanted to go in midfield, with a 1 lower and 2 higher. And it's not natural to Tommy to play that low. You want to get him a little bit higher up the pitch if you can. And you know, I thought today he did very, very well, and you know, it just shows the strength in depth that we've got, because Josh McCammon's played there pretty much all pre-season. He's had a good pre-season. He's a top player, and we just felt today that it was right to start with Tommy and bring Josh on, because later on we anticipated that the game might open up, and Josh is very good at driving with the ball from the middle of the pitch. But you know, by the time we kind of got to that stage of the game, we were already, you know, in a pretty strong position. So it was a good day for Tommy, but I think collectively, individually, it was a really good day all round.
I'll go back to an individual that Greg nearly mentioned, Ross Crane.
Yeah.
He's got his own song, which is always a good sign that the fans love him, but it's great, and I tell you, it's lovely to watch.
Yeah, you know, he's one of them players that gets you on the edge of your seat. He always wants the ball, always wants to try and go past people, but he's got that fight in him as well. You know, you see when he turns over the ball, he reacts quickly, he goes and gets after people. It's not just what he does with the ball for me, it's what he's willing to do for the team without the ball that makes him a really good player, because you get a lot of wide players in this league who are very competent, but they're lazy, and he's not, you know. So it's credit to him, the impression that he's made so far, that the supporters have obviously took to him and given him his own song. So yeah, hopefully, and he's another one. He's only going to get better the longer that he's with us.
Greg Taylor, I think, was your captain today. How's that working? Because obviously Josh usually is. And
yeah.
Is he officially the captain, or?
No. So Josh is club captain, and when he plays, he's captain of the team. But Greg's vice captain, and if JC's not playing for whatever reason, then Greg will wear the armband.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. It's really good.